What's up everyone, Joshua G Tactile here, and today I've got the review of the Speck CandyShell case for the iPod Touch 5th generation. So as you may know, Speck is very well known for its CandyShell products, whether it's for the iPhone or the iPod, as it gives you a pretty good everyday use level of protection as well as a nice style. So as you can see on the package, it promises to give you ultra protection. It features a 2-in-1 hard and soft construction, and because of its plastic outer shell and silicone core, it gives you a shock absorbance. So now it's time to take a look at the case itself. Let's just flip over the packaging here, pull that tab, and there we are greeted with the Speck CandyShell case for the iPod Touch 5th generation. So taking a look at the Speck CandyShell case, it is what you would expect, kind of a hybrid construction, a two-tone color. Here I've got the white and purple version here, so it is a white plastic shell with a purple core that gives you both a lay-on-the-table design as well as a shock protection, as it does have 4 corners covered in this kind of hybrid core. So with these type of cases, they're actually very popular because of the fact that it does look pretty cool. It does offer you a pretty good level of drop protection, and at the same time, it doesn't add too much bulk to your device. And in this case, the iPod Touch 5th generation is definitely a very thin device, but this case does overall maintain the kind of thin factor, but at the same time gives you a pretty good level of drop protection. So there we've got the iPod Touch in here. It fits in very nicely. Just going to give you guys a quick tour around. We're going to take a closer look at each and one of the components of this case. Overall, this case looks great on the device. It does still give you access to the loop down there, so if you are hoping to use that, this case does offer a cutout for that. The lightning dock connector does have a pretty wide cutout, and so does a headphone jack, so you shouldn't have too much problems with most of the standard headphones as well as the lightning dock connector. The buttons overall also feel very tactile, and on the top you can see the very wide camera cutout to avoid any problems with the flash and the camera when taking images. Let you guys see a side look. This case does obviously add a little bit of bulk as it gives you a pretty good level of protection, but it isn't to a point where you would want to avoid this case because, as you know, the iPod Touch 5th generation is very thin and it could be very easy to drop. On the bottom, giving you guys a closer look, once again you can see that the silicone on the corners is very nicely lined, gives you the amount of shock protection like I mentioned, and the loop gives you a pretty good amount of space so you can easily access and take off your loop. So now taking a look at the side, once again, like I said, this case does offer you a pretty good level of protection, but the bulk and the thickness factor is still maintained. The volume buttons are very nice, and the camera cutout is very wide, as well as the fact that they use the black lining in order to avoid problems when taking pictures and having some conflict with the flash. So you wouldn't lose any quality in your images thanks to the fact that Speck was smart enough to make the edges black, but at the same time maintain the overall look and feel of this case. So like I said, Speck does give you a pretty big cutout for the loop. It's very easy to access, but at the same time, that corner is still protected if you happen to drop it on that corner. Taking a look at the front, I want to show you guys the lay-on-the-table design. This is one of the things I personally always look for when purchasing cases, as if you drop your phone face flat down on a flat surface, you sometimes will have the problem of cracking your screen, which may cost you a lot of money, but Speck does give you a pretty nice raise over on the bezel, and at the same time, it does give you a nice grip when holding the device. Just so you guys take a look at more angles, as you can see the speakers are also nicely cut out, but at the same time the bottom is nicely protected. The volume buttons are also very tactile. So what do I think about this case? I think Speck has once again proved itself to be one of the best case makers on the market. The Speck CandyShell has always been a very popular case due to the fact that it offers you a very nice drop protection, a nice grip, and the device overall looks very nice. The case is very stylish with all its color it's going to be available in. So thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to hit the like button below. I'd like to thank Speck for sending this out for reviewing purposes. Stay tuned for more reviews. I'll see you in my next video.